Hey everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a powerful cinematic transition step by step in Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's dive in and create something really dynamic and professional together. First, click on the new item icon and create an adjustment layer. In the window that opens, I click OK. Now the adjustment layer is placed in the project panel. I drag it and place it onto the timeline. I click on the timecode, type 17, and press Enter. This moves the playhead to second 17. Now I shorten the adjustment layer and snap it to the playhead so that its duration becomes 17 seconds. I go back to the timecode again, type 8, and move the playhead to second 8. Then, using the razor tool, I create a cut at second 8. Both videos are placed consecutively on the timeline. I position the adjustment layers at the end of the first video, making sure their cut line aligns exactly with the end point of the first video and the start point of the next one. By holding down the Alt key, I create 2 more copies of the adjustment layers. I select the adjustment layer that I don't need and press the Delete key on the keyboard. I place the playhead on the cut line and select this layer. Now, in the Effects panel, I apply the Replicate effect to this layer. This splits the video into 4 smaller sections. In the Effect Controls panel, I set the count value to 3 to create more divisions. Now we want to hide these lines to achieve a clean and professional transition. To do this, I search for the mirror effect. First, make sure this adjustment layer is selected. Then double-click the mirror effect 4 times so that it is applied 4 times to this layer. For now, I only keep the top mirror effect expanded. I set the reflection angle to 270 degrees. Then I adjust its position to hide the lines. Here, the value 360 works correctly. Now I collapse this effect and open the next one. I set the reflection angle to 90 degrees and adjust its position. Here, the value 719 works well. I open the next effect. In this one, there's no need to change the reflection angle. I only adjust the position to hide the line on the image. Here, the value 1279 is correct. Finally, in the last effect on this layer, I set the reflection angle to 180 degrees. This causes the image to move completely out of the frame. Don't worry, by reducing this value, the image will come back. Here, the value 640 is correct. Now I select this adjustment layer again, and in the Effects panel, I search for the Transform effect. I apply the effect to both the left and right layers. I select the left layer and place the playhead at the beginning of the adjustment layer. For scale, I click on Toggle Animation to create a keyframe. Then I move the playhead to the end and set the scale value to 300. At the end of the effect settings, I increase the shutter angle to 360. This creates a motion blur effect during the zoom and movement. Make sure to uncheck the Use Composition's Shutter Angle option. To create rotation, I enable the rotation option and create a keyframe at the beginning of the layer. Then I move the playhead to the end and set the rotation value to 45. As you can see, we have applied a zoom combined with rotation to the video. To make the motion smoother, I select all keyframes, right-click on one of them, and choose Bezier. I expand the rotation graph and adjust the curve using the handles. By selecting the Effect Controls panel and pressing the tilde, the panel becomes larger, allowing us to make adjustments more easily. To return to the normal view, I press the tilde key again. I repeat the exact same process for the scale property. I play the sequence to see the changes. The effects are working well. Now I select the adjustment layer on the right. For this layer as well, I increase the shutter angle to 360. The playhead is at the beginning of the layer, so I create a keyframe for scale. At the end, I set the scale value to 300. Now I create a keyframe for rotation, then move the playhead to the beginning of the layer and create another keyframe. I set the rotation value to -55. As you can see, the edges of the image go the frame, so at the starting frame I slightly increase the scale value. This value works well. Again, I select all keyframes, right-click on one of them, and choose Bezier. Using the handles, I refine the motion curve to make the transition smoother. Try to create this same linear path. The motion is faster at the beginning and slower at the end. I repeat the same steps for the scale property. I play the sequence to see how the transition performs. The transition runs smoothly. I place the playhead at the beginning of the layer, and in the effects panel, I search for the twirl effect to add a slight twist to the image. I apply it to the adjustment layer. Make sure to place the twirl effect above the transform effect. Now I move 4 frames forward and create a keyframe for angle. Then I move the playhead to the end and increase the angle value to 45 degrees. Just like before, I adjust the motion graph. It looks great. I also increase the twirl radius value to 35. Now I select the top left adjustment layer. In the effects panel, I add the directional blur effect to the layer. I create keyframes for amount at the beginning and end frames. At the starting frame, I set the amount value to 0. Now the blur gradually increases over time. Again, like before, I adjust the motion graph using the handles. Now I play it to see how the transition performs. Excellent. If you look closely, the edges of the image appear slightly dark. To fix this, in the lower section of the effect, enable the Repeat Edge Pixels option. Now I select the right layer and apply the Directional Blur effect to it as well. At the beginning, I create a keyframe for amount, and at the end of the layer, I set the value to 0. Also, I enable Repeat Edge Pixels to prevent dark edges. Finally, as always, I refine the motion graph to make the effect smoother. I play the sequence so you can see the final result. That's it. Now you know how to create this cinematic transition in Adobe Premiere Pro. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.